How's it going? For our group 12, we're going to be dealing with the problems of the lines associated with Qdoba, which is located in Turner Food Court in Laverty Hall. As you guys know, Qdoba is a very popular dining spot for students because they have customizable bowls, and it's a Mexican cuisine food place. And over certain hours a day, the lines are just super long and it leads to many problems associated with that. So the one thing is they're generating less revenue due to these long lines because they're not able to filter as many people in and out. There are also a lot of frustrated customers, like students, faculty, that these long lines can lead to frustration just because you're sitting and waiting for your food for immense amount of times. And lastly, due to these long lines, you're wasting time where you could be studying, working out, doing stuff that normal college student would be doing. And because you're waiting so long to get your food, it's just wasting your time. And then also the mobile ordering is very inconsistent and it's all due to the lines. So if the lines are longer, the the mobile ordering is not available and it's overall just a very ineffective ordering process.
Hello, this is Deal. I'll talk about the concept map a little bit. So the cause of our problem is insufficient ordering process and inconsistency and unpredictable Grubhub orders. Also, additional causes are high demand for Qdoba because it's like a kind of food that's unique in the library hall. So a lot of people go there because they really like the taste of it. And there's not another place in library hall or around campus that's housing food that offers the same thing. Also is class schedules. A lot of people go there around the same time because of their class times. Um, Another cause of our lines is the cost, which Rhett talked about earlier when he mentioned revenue, customers, time, and avoidance from the restaurant. Additional impacts are it impacts the students' stress level and customer satisfaction. And variables adding to the Qdoba lines are staff availability, mobile ordering, day of the week, because some days can be concentrated more on heavier lines than other days, order complexity, time of day, and effects of this are it affects like faculty, students, the visitors who may also want to try out different food at Tech since we are known to have great food on campus, and the workers that worked on these and Qdoba.
Hi, my name is Zahid, and I'm going to be talking about the main stakeholder groups which are affected by the long queued over lines. So the main stakeholders are, of course, the students, as they're the ones who are physically waiting inside of the hall, and they're affected mainly by this issue because of the amount of people that are concentrated in one place. So that can like cause significant delays because it can take up to half an hour to receive a bowl. So then they could be late for classes, for example, which puts significant amount of stress on the students. Another group, which would be Grubhub, which if Qdoba did decide to move to mobile ordering, then Grubhub would make a significant more amount of money from Qdoba as it's the most popular place on campus. And moreover, dining services would also be affected as they have to put in a lot of resources and time into maintaining Qdoba in the area, such as cleaning up after all the people have left and ensuring that everything's been paid for, like electricity and all those things. So and then on top of that, faculty will also be affected by the long lines as they have to work extended hours, potentially due to the unpredictable nature of having lots of people at Qdoba. So they could have potentially have to work overtime or clean up for longer periods of time.
Hi, I'm Julian. And for the Qdoba line problem, we have a few ideas for solutions. Our first potential approach is the utilization of Grubhub. That would allow for mobile ordering, which would eliminate the need to wait in line, as the line would be virtual and students or anyone who orders from Qdoba would be able to just pick up their order as it's ready. Grubhub is already very, very widely used, and including at Qdoba when it is offered, but that is not always, creating the major issue of waiting in line. Um, It also gives a time estimation so that students can order from their walk to the dining hall or from their dorms, and they can uh, order so that they can time their pickup for when they would get there. Our second approach is the use of kiosks. This would allow students or anyone else who orders from Qdoba to order simultaneously along with other people uh, on location, which would eliminate the need for a longer line simply to order. This would also make it significantly easier for workers to um, avoid conflict with customers who don't know what they're uh, attempting to order, or uh, customers who simply take too long. Our third approach would be to open more branches of Qdoba across campus. This would help significantly with the wait times, as there are various locations and the load of customers would be split between these locations. This would also increase opportunities for staff across the dining hall facilities.
All right, my name's Kevin, and I'm going to be talking about the criteria that we used to analyze the solutions. So first up, with minimizing the wait time, this criteria revolves around the time spent from the customer first entering the line to when they finally receive their order. And the reason that we value this criteria as important is because by minimizing the wait time, you're increasing the efficiency of the process, which speeds up the line and also improves the overall experience of the customer. Then, secondly, we have increasing profit for Qdoba and Grubhub. And we believe that this should be taken into account because how much money both Qdoba and Grubhub make are very important ways to measure the effectiveness of the line. Because increasing the efficiency of the line means that these companies are making more money. And then we also have cost. This criteria looks at how much money it will take to create a particular solution. And we view this as valuable criteria because if a solution works, but let's say it takes an unrealistic amount of money in order to make it happen, then it may not be the best solution and it may not be realistic. And then finally, we took into account the effects on Qdoba employees. This criteria is important because we wanted to make sure that the employees of Qdoba were not overworked. Um, and we believe that it was ethical to take their mental health into account and treat them as people, and not simply like as inanimate objects in order to make a line move faster.
Hi, my name is Mohammed, and I'll be talking about ethical considerations. So the first ethical consideration is the mental health and stress of workers. So when implementing the solution, we have to maintain a balance between the interests of customers and interests of the workers. And if the interests of customers are more focused upon rather than workers, it can lead to some mental health issues with the workers, forcing them quit or get fired because of them not being able to meet the new demand, and both of these effects goes against the fundamental canons of the NSPE Code of Ethics, and which will also negatively affect the dining hall as a whole because if dining hall workers can't meet the demand, that means service cannot be effectively given to consumers, which also is negatively affects them. So another issue to focus on for ethics is maintaining the interest between student workers and student staff. So most of the time, students are consumers for dining halls, and also students are also the workers. So it's important to maintain a balance because overdoing the student workers can lead to possible mental drain for them and lower morale, which can decrease quality of food, which is very bad because if quality of food is not maintained, this can also lead to a safety hazard, which also goes against the NSP Code of Ethics. So while the ordering process is switched to online only, if we do that, then potentially another issue can arise with understaffing because more reliance is online, which requires less staff. And if less staff is needed, less students are able to get a job.
Hello, this is Dill again. I will be talking about a recommended solution. So for our recommended solution, we're thinking of using a joint solution of kiosk and Grubhub. Although minimizing wait time was our biggest priority when scoring our solutions, which one works the best, we believe that it's more effective to prioritize lower costs for establishing the solution and more positive effectiveness of the solution than it is for minimizing the wait time. For a recommended solution, we believe Grubhub and the kiosk would be the greatest solution because it will significantly reduce the wait time as people could order their food ahead of time and simply come over and pick it up rather than waiting in line and not knowing like when they'll eventually get in line because people are gonna be in line saying, "Oh, can I do a little bit of that? Yeah, let me do this and that." But then with kiosk and Grubhub, the workers can already have an automatic idea what they're going to put into that bowl. Moreover, kiosk would also go hand in hand with Grubhub ordering as it incorporates an element of in-person ordering, which give the employees a designated time and job to do the ability and aid accommodated people with their orders. These changes could lead to Qdoba and Grubhub making more profit as they know the exact number of orders that which could allow them to plan process ahead and work at a faster rate. With an increase in Grubhub, there will also be more traffic and stress on the workers as they'll have a lot more orders to go into, and that we could have incorporate network engineers to deal with managing stretch with their servers and workers and ensure Grubhub's network stability during peak hours by implementing stronger servers. Moreover, adding kiosk and when adding kiosk, computer hardware engineers could design hardware for a kiosk that could gear specific towards Qdoba, using computer hardware engineering to create kiosk that is specific to Qdoba instead of already implemented Grubhub kiosk, which allows for more smooth customer ordering and ease of maintenance without the need of a third-party company. We believe these two solutions, when worked together and incorporated together, would lead to the best possible solution for our outcome. We all would like to thank you for listening to our presentation and hope you would join us in our cause to lower the wait time in order to get food processed at Qdoba. Thank you.